position?
Yep, I'm good with it.
Okay, me too, yes. And is there anything else?
I do have 2 items for consideration, not on the consent agenda. The first resolution is approving and authorizing the president of the board to execute a second amended and restated intergovernmental and joint venture agreement with the City of Franklin, City of Germantown, and City of Carlisle relative to the Franklin wastewater treatment plant.
So this is, I think, as I put my summary, and Chris is here with Catherine to sit there and give more details, but we had talked with the board several months ago about the Franklin wastewater treatment facility. That is my words, a collaboration between Germantown, Warren County, the City of Carlisle, and the City of Franklin. And the first is obviously more from like a restructuring and how those bodies will work together, but the second one that you'll see here in a second, and it may be that you want to talk about them all collectively, is the Chris Broush and his team over there will actually take on the operations of the Franklin wastewater treatment facility. You gave us some guidance as staff as to how you wanted that to look. We were able to secure those.
And they've been offers made to employees, and you're just sort of waiting to hear
Yeah.
back on some of those?
Yeah, there's a couple employees, Sue, Chris, and others, interviewed those employees that currently work for the company that is operating it now. Most have accepted, and I think there are 2 still outstanding. I think there's one specifically who's waiting to make sure this goes through before they make a move. But believe those offers are extended out till Monday after the Thanksgiving holiday. And then that will be staffed. Obviously, there'll be staff that Chris has that are internal that will sit there and help. But the 2 things that you really asked of us was to make sure that all of our costs as a department, county department, were covered. That will be the case, and that is will be covered by the corporation, and then also to a premium at the backside of the year that we would also receive. That has been agreed to by all parties. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the City of Franklin has already passed this, and the other 2 will do that prior to the end of the year because this transition will happen on January 1. But Chris and Catherine Miller are going to have a lot more detail. Bruce has been working with them relative to the legalese. But this just relates to the ask that they had, and I think we buttoned it up like the way you wanted it to.
So that we're just formalizing what
Yeah.
we've already talked about.
Well, there's 2 separate agreements. Right now, you're looking at the amendment to the IGA.
Mm-hmm.
And the cities have operated through a corporate structure since back in '95. And now they discovered that they weren't able to qualify for some grant funding. And they recommended, and what's before you now, amending the IGA, would allow them to form a new entity, and that new entity, which we would be a part of under this IGA, allows us to go out and seek grant funding for that particular facility.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the real purpose of the initial resolution for the IGA. Then we'll do, as you've already discussed, by separate resolution, the service agreement, where we take over as of January 1, because the existing provider, their contract expires at December 31st of '25.
Yeah.
And the cities didn't like the terms that were proposed by that provider and asked Warren County to take that over, and that's what the second resolution will do.
Okay. So moved?
Yes, want to call the roll on that?
Mr. Grossman?
Yes?
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
And so the second resolution is approving and authorizing the county administrator to execute an operations, maintenance, and management services agreement with the City of Franklin, City of Germantown, City of Carlisle, and Great Miami Wastewater Authority relative to the Franklin wastewater treatment plant.
So moved?
And second, call the roll on that?
Mr. Grossman?
Yes?
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
And that's all I have.
Okay, then we have an executive session. Motion for that?
So I move that we go into executive session to conference with our attorney present concerning a dispute subject of pending court action pursuant to ORC 121.22G3.
All right, and I'll second that, and let's call the roll on that too.
Mr. Grossman?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.